Alright, all people with sensitive mics, just turn your, like, TVs or whatever down.
Alright. So, hi, how are all of you gentlemen doing today?
Doing good.
What an
Fine.
invigorating audience. Aren't there 5 of you there and only like 2 answered? You're all idiots. I love you. So,
You,
no, shut up. So, today we're going to start off with a very serious question. How do you feel about the fact that something that you enjoy a lot, and obviously in this case video games, is often blamed for large mass shootings? Give me real answers, not the joking answers that we love to give.
Whoa.
I honestly think it's fucking stupid and there's no real correlation with it.
You know what? I love your language.
Whoa. I haven't realized.
Can I not
We're
first?
very real. This is MTV style. But okay. Gragan, no more interrupting people. Let Larry go.
Awesome. Sorry.
I generally think it's very dumb that they'll blame video games for completely unrelated events when it's probably something in their own personal life that caused them to do this.
Absolutely. What do you say, Kai?
I 100% agree with what Larry said. It's not the video games that is causing the mass shootings. It's like what's going on in the person's head. At the end of the day, it's just a video game.
And what would you have to say about this, Cam?
to be honest with me, it's the same as the other two. I can't see a situation where someone would play a video game, just that's their sole exposure, and then they think, yeah, I'm just gonna go kill some people.
Yeah, it wasn't. That's not Grand Theft Auto, right? I promise.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
at the end, you would probably say it's someone either something going on in their life, have something, I should say, a mental issue within correlation of understanding the differences between video games and real life, if it ever did come to that very extreme example. But most of all, it's probably just something in their own life. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, and now recently, within last year actually, this has happened. So, how do you feel that you're having a hobby for video games? Like, I would say like an extended amount of time, not to the point where it's like 24/7. Like, there are people that have that issue. But how do you feel about the fact that there are people who just define the fact of enjoying it as a hobby, classify it as a mental illness? Like literally you playing something and enjoying it, even if you want to make a living out of it, that is now classified as a mental illness to some people.
Why is that classified as a mental illness? If you can make a living off of something you can enjoy, then you can. Then isn't that the ultimate dream?
But
Exactly.
it is a thing. It is a thing that has recently come up within, I think, actually the past 6 months.
That makes no sense.
If you got to change, like, I mean, nah, you don't even need to change it. We can just all agree that the logic behind it is quite flawed, as a lot of people even just give the example of they just play games for too long. That has been the major point I've seen, so people just overall classify, hey, if this is what you do, this is probably an addiction. That's what a lot of people are classifying this as.
So could you call an addiction to drawing? So could you say drawing a lot is an addiction too? If you really.
Of course not, because it's not video games. If I'm understanding what they usually say.
That's still stupid logic. If you enjoy something so much and you can make a living off of it, you're gonna take that.
Yes. I completely agree.
So,
You had something to say? Cam?
oh, Jonah was talking, so I was gonna let him finish.
Oh, okay. So, how many people, like, would you say that there are people that you know in your own personal life? Like, I wouldn't say this is even quite, like, not uncommon, do you believe that there are a lot of people in your life that you know that just whenever they think about video games, they probably think about it in a negative light. Sorry.
No, no, I know personally.
You don't know anyone that like you would be like, oh this, and then like, oh man, why are you talking about that?
I don't
Um,
really hang out with those kinds of people.
Like, you don't need to like they don't need to be in your personal life, but have you like met people that are like that?
I still haven't. I
Okay.
know my dad, who is not a gamer anymore,
Okay.
but he's willing to play a game.
Okay. What about Kai? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Cam.
I've had friends who've had their parents be like that,
Mm-hmm.
but that's as far as I go.
Yeah, it does seem quite common in adults nowadays. What about you, Kai?
Honestly, I have. Well, honestly, it's only just family. Only family. There are some cousins that will think of that'll think of gaming as that. While I remember once my dad was telling me the show. He said, "Hey, come here for a minute," and he showed me an episode of Dr. Phil, and he was telling me, and it was showing about how this one person was so addicted to playing video games. It was a shooter, obviously. It was GTA, and he was like, "You want that to you think that could happen to you someday?" And I said no because obviously there's nothing bad going on with me. I'm fine with my life, and honestly, I don't really take games to that level of seriousness. The only how I've like taking it to a level is just spend like an hour of training in a fighting game and participating. But besides that, I've not really ever said, oh wow. So if you shoot a rocket launcher at a car, it'll explode. I want to try that. I've never had those thoughts before.
You've never thought like, hey, I should go try that in real life.
Yeah.
No, anyone who's ever thought that, that's a very extreme example.
Exactly, I agree. And for one last final question I have for a good chunk of you is, what would you say is what brought your passion for these types of things? What brought your passion to video games to be a thing?
It was, believe it or not, it was this. I think I was like 6 or 7 at the time, and I remember there was this commercial of SpongeBob Creature of the Krusty Krab game, and I was a big fan of SpongeBob at the time. I really wanted to play it, so I asked my mom for a PlayStation and sign the TV because I didn't have one at the time, and so she woke me up, if I remember correctly, very late at night. And she brought me to a Best Buy, if I remember correctly. And I remember getting Shrek 2, Creature of the Krusty Krab, a PlayStation 2, and I took a SpongeBob TV.
Okay.
And ever since I played that, I've been like, these games are actually really fun. Even though I've never beaten the game to this day, but I thought, hey, this is fun. I must have is there more things like this?
Oh yeah. Okay. So it was overall something that you saw, you really enjoyed the idea of it, and then you want to play it, and it's kind of what got you into what you are today. Like got you into what you have a passion for.
Oh yeah. And I'm playing games ever since I was like fucking 6 or around there.
All right. How about you, Kaid? It doesn't even need to be like a super long story. Just what brought your passion into fruition?
What brought my passion to video games was when I was very little, and my dad used to always play the SNES, and he played Mario. We had Super Mario All Stars on it, and it looked colorful. I liked it, and I was became obsessed with Mario. When he gave me the SNES, I played it constantly. I've beaten Mario 1 through 3. Haven't beaten lost levels, and it really brought my passion to video games. He also got me Super Smash Bros. Melee, and when I played that, I did nothing but play as Mario 24/7. That would really brought my passion into gaming and introduced me to fighting games, thanks to playing Melee.
And would you say that your time of playing video games, do you feel like it's a waste of time?
No,
Like-
not really.
Like, would you be like, oh, like all in all, would you ever have a time where you're like, this is not what I want to be doing with my life? You never thought of, you were like, man, I wish I would just be doing this and not playing video games. I'm not just saying like doing this once, I just mean all in all.
I've never had that real thought. That thought only like really, you know what? That thought only came when I played online and I'd lose. I would just say, why am I just playing this game and just like keep losing? Like it used to be just
It's
salt.
like just
Like,
frustration from it all.
Yeah, just frustration.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's really all I had to ask. Thank you, and I feel like this gives a point that not a lot of stuff covers, and well, I'm glad we were able to cover it so easily. Alrighty, thank you.
See ya.
No problem.
Milik.